So in this video, I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how to use the Math 102 Question Challenge site. So what you'll find already loaded onto the site is a whole collection of old exam questions, many of which are from exams that are not available on the Math Department website. So what we can do is click on any of these questions. And you'll notice I'm not logged into the site yet. There's still a login button for me to hit. What I'm going to do is just randomly choose a question here. And we'll see how this works. So as it stands, all I can do is see the history of this page and the source. So you can see here that Professor Keshet has entered the problems and a couple other people have worked on things. But so far, it's just the statement of the question, and this is from a 2001 final exam. So these are hints that are not yet, oh, no, they are filled in. So here's a hint, here's another hint. So I encourage you guys to work on these problems first before looking at the hints, but if you get stuck, you can always read those hints. And then the solutions are not yet included. Now, the hints were included when Professor Keshet uploaded the question. I imagine she put in those hints, but the solutions, we're expecting you as students to fill those in. So how do you do that? Well, first thing, to get edit access, we have to log in using CWL. So we hit the login button up here and log in that way. And now we're back, and you'll notice there's a few changes. Now these edit buttons have now appeared everywhere. And so we now have the ability to click on an edit button. Now, if you see typos, you can edit the question, or if you want to add a hint or you have a typo that you see in the hint, you can edit this one. But for the most part, we're expecting students to add the solutions. And so you would be clicking on the edit button there to change the solution. So most of this is fixed and not to be modified, but the stuff that you're expected to modify is where it says solution goes here. So you can delete that and you can start typing up your solution right here. And so maybe I can do the solution to this one as a complete demo. So in order to come up with the solution to this, let's pop open a new tab with the question there. So in Fish River, the number of salmon in thousands X in a given year is linked to the number of salmon in thousands Y in the following year by the function. So next year's population size is equal to A times this year's population size, e to the minus B times this year's population size. So for what number of salmon is there no change in the number from one year to next? So that means that Y is going to be the same as the value from the previous year, which is X. So the way we solve that is we set this equal to X and solve for X. So we have AX e to the minus BX. So to find the number of salmon that lead to no change the following year, set, and now we go into math mode. Math, and I'll close the math mode now so I don't forget and go back in here and type it in. We set Y to be X and equal AX e to the, and then in curly brackets I put minus BX and solve for X. And I can put that in math mode. No, not mex mode. Wow. Math X. Okay, so you can see that if X is not equal to 0, I can cancel it out. So one solution is X equals 0, but to get others, divide through by, just copy this over, by X. And then we're left with, now we have that with this being a 1 and this x now gone. So we can continue solving this, and I won't do this right now. I'll just finish that later, and for now I'll show a preview so we can see what it looks like. And if we expand the solution to part A, you see to find the number of salmon that lead to no change the following year, set, and here we have our equation and solve for x. One solution is x equals 0, blah, blah, blah. Now we have, and so on. So if somebody else comes along and sees that I left it, they can go in and edit and finish it up for me. Now I probably will go in and finish this up myself later, but I'm happy with that for now, so I'm going to save that as my solution. And now when I expand it here, you can see that one has at least a partial solution, and this one is not yet touched. So that is the way we are hoping you guys will upload your solutions and share them with other people. Now in the next video, I'm going to explain what this discussion is, this discussion tab, and just a short version is if you want to ask questions or talk about a question that you see in this collection, instead of putting any comments in here, all we want here is questions, hints, and solutions. But you can go over to the discussion tab and add comments there in discussion. So I'll cover that in a different video coming up soon.